Okay, we're live. We're up on all our portals. We're up on our Facebook. Sorry about that. I'm not good at camera. And this evening, we're doing the political dissident part 4. I hope you are hearing me well. And please let me know if you are hearing me so that I can, I know that you've joined the conversation and you're hearing us okay. Now, I haven't done one of these in a little while. It's just because I've been really busy. And when you're a one-woman show running a business, trying to keep yourself afloat and, make two ends meet in this very hostile environment that our current government has placed for us, with the exception of Minister Hugh. He's doing a great job. Thank you for that, Minister Hugh. As you know, I will never ever bash you. That is my guaranteed promise. You've helped so many of our people to get jobs with the systems that you've put in place and the reducing of fees for licenses. So kudos to you and God bless you for doing that. Your decisions made a lot of Caymanians get work and has made it easier for them to get work. And we appreciate you for that. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. As I've always said, this page will never, ever bash you in any way. Anyhow, just wanted to bring up a topic this evening, and I'm hoping that we can, understand what's going on here. Just let me address this 1 second. Doing 5 things at once. Multitasking. Just want to make sure that I'm up on all of our portals so that our people can see what's going on. Bear with me. Okay, I'm hoping that I'm up on this Facebook as well. Are you hearing me? Can somebody let me know? Hubby, can you check that portal and see if I'm up on it and you can hear me? Anyways, I just had to address something today that was very upsetting to me. And the reason it was upsetting to me is because all right. The issue I need to raise today is basically to do with maintenance of children whose parents has acquired a court order and that should be enforced. And pardon me if I start to sound very rantish, but it is because there's so many situations right now with children whose parents has received enforceable court orders for maintenance. And here we have deadbeat fathers building homes out of their pocket, running very elaborate businesses, making lots of money, traveling very often on a monthly basis. And the ex-wives are having the hardest time to get a dollar out of them with a court order. For example, if the court order is $600 a month, the father is given $150, but can buy brand new vehicles every year, can make lots of travel, itineraries with their new partners or whoever, and leave the country and go everywhere, and their children are not being fed. And this is very sad. And I'm calling out the Chief Justice of the Cayman Islands tonight. Yes, Mr. Anthony Smelly, I'm calling you out right now, sir, to the point that I'm about to go to iPetitions after this broadcast and start a petition to remove you. And the reason I say that is because your court system is failing miserably, and you're sitting up there on your throne and you're not doing anything about it. And that's sad. There are children in our country who are not eating. They're not going to school with proper school attire, school books and everything else. And their the moms, especially the moms, are having a very hard time covering rent. Some of them are on NAU, and you have these deadbeat dads that are out there flaunting all this wealth with a court order hanging over their heads, and your court system, sir, is not enforcing it. And that's the saddest part of it all, because at the end of the day, you're giving an order for the father to pay, and he's flaunting around the place and not paying. Your government is your system, sorry, which is our government, is failing. Has enough is failing, sir. It's failed. I give it a U. You can't even grade it. It's so bad. When you think of all the children out here that are suffering right now, can't get anywhere because they're they have a mom that's working 2 and 3 jobs and to put food on the table for them, and with a court order in their hands, and the courts aren't enforcing this. Your system, Mr. Chief Justice Anthony Smelly, should be right now pulling in all of those deadbeat dads with all those court orders and enforcing it. Put a team of people together, hire some temp staff to go out and investigate this. There's a lot of retired police officers that can investigate these deadbeat parents to see that they're earning money. The banks can give you the information on them. And other people, if they got contracts with companies, if they got trade and business licenses, all of that information, your court should be enforcing. You should have that at your finger. If you're not going to step up to the plate and take care of the children in this country and enforce those court orders for child maintenance, then you are participating in the demise of our youth in the Cayman Islands, and that's a shame. You are useless as a Chief Justice. You're only looking out for certain interests. You don't care about the children. Oh, issue the court order and don't care about it after that. What kind of system is that? What kind of system are you running down there in Georgetown, Chief Justice Smelly? I have to ask, because when I see situations like this, I see moms suffering because of them having not a sufficient finances to take care of their children from a marriage that went sour, and court orders were issued for maintenance, as well as order settlements in that regard to take care of their kids and educate them. And the dad's off to Cuba, Panama, Miami, Europe with the new wife, buying up all this expensive jewelry and clothing, and your children from your first marriage is suffering. And you have a court order that says you have to pay each child $300, $400, $500, $600 a month, whatever it is, and you're not doing it. So, Mr. Chief Justice Anthony Smelly, you are a disappointment to this country. I know a lot of people out there are going to give me flack for this. Carrie don't give a shit. She don't care. I'm sick and tired of systems in this country breaking down, and those that have the power pin in their hand, here you go, sir. You want me to borrow mine? Mine got plenty of power, sir. Plenty of power. I suggest you grab yours tomorrow morning and do one of 2 things with it. One, either you start to put together a panel of people to enforce these maintenance orders against the parents that has been issued to, and start investigating them and pull in some of their assets and start selling them, or you use that pen, sir, to sign your resignation letter and get the hell out of our country. I know you're married to my cousin, but I don't really care about you right now. When I see systems like this breaking down in the country, our children going to sleep at night without food, lights turned off, water turned off, kicked out by landlords because their mother can't afford to take care of her children 100%, and even with the salary she's making, she can't. And you have issued a court order and you have not enforced it? Wow. What does that say about you? That tells me that you do not care about certain issues of certain systems you have in place in your court system, Mr. Chief Justice Smelly. And it's all on your head. Yes, it is, sir. You are the top of the judiciary. So either you're going to enforce this come tomorrow, or are you going to write that letter of resignation, hand it to Mr. Roper before Prince Charles arrives? I'm just saying, you've got to do something. Not doing anything is not helping the country. You have children whose parents have $1,800 a month court orders from the father, and they can't even get $150 a month out of them? Really, sir? Backed up. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars in backed up maintenance in this country from these court orders. They're divorced, got status now, new Caymanians, and got a little money on the either side of them. And the divorce say they got paid so much in child support, and if the other one not doing it, oh, that would get enforced. And yes, I am going to say it because nobody wants to. And it's the truth. They say the truth will set you free. Well, I prayed before I came on here tonight. I prayed that the Lord would anoint me so that I would say it from my heart. Okay? So you will hear what I have to say. And if you're the Christian man, Chief Justice Anthony Smelly, that you say you are, then you will step up to the plate. And you will do your job, and you will ensure that that division of your judiciary enforces every outstanding maintenance order ASAP, forthwith. All the words that I can bring forth for you. Immediate, whatever. Just issuing them and doing nothing about them is not helping the country, it's not helping the system. All it's doing is sending these poor families to NAU to add to or more. What's NAU now up to? Over 10 million a year and growing? And these maintenance orders are not just for Caymanians or native Caymanians. They're also for the new Caymanians and the status holders and the permanent residents. So they're all getting these orders and nobody is enforcing them. Your system is failing over there at the judiciary, Mr. Smelly. And I've put you under the microscope tonight. And I will continue to investigate all the families that has talked to me about the system has broken down for them and put them in the poorhouse. Some of the mothers have lost their homes. Court orders not being enforced, deadbeat dads. And you know what is so surprising about all this? Let me tell you the truth now. A lot of the deadbeat dads are Jamaicans who came here and got married Caymanians and got status. Yeah. They're your country folks, sir. You can say you're a Caymanian all you want, but we know you're not. And yeah, you're married to my cousin, and I love her, but I don't have no love in my heart for you right now. I'm sorry. You have a power pen in your hand, and you're only using it to your advantage for what you want to get done for this country, or not even for the country, for your judiciary. And our children are suffering because your judiciary can't enforce the maintenance orders. Seriously? Really? You're contributing to the debt at NAU. Yes, you are. Big time. It's all in your lap. It's right there on your front porch for the world to see. Anyway, let's move along. My rant on your system failed miserably. Now, moving along. Today, I almost got in an accident with a government vehicle. The woman driving the vehicle right in front of the government building decides that she was in the wrong lane and jumps the yellow markings that they have in the road that's guiding you to the middle lane to take you into the government building, jumps in front of me, and I was going straight towards the police station area. All I'm going to say about that is, civil servants, you all know that I respect you. I do. A lot of you I do. Not all of you, but a lot I do. Because the ones I do know, I respect you for the work you do for our country. But when you're going to use a government vehicle that has a government insignia on it and do stupid traffic things to cause accidents that could have cost your life, because I drive a pretty big vehicle. If I had rear-ended you in that little tiny car, I can assure you, or sideswiped you, you would not be alive today. But anyway, God knows there's a reason for that. Just be careful when you're out there representing my country and my government. Drive with due care and attention, and don't be in a hurry to go. Just remember that the public purse is the people of the country. It's not your purse. Anyhow, now My last rant is going to take up the next 15 minutes of my chapter. And it has to do with work permits. Now, we're all welcome to new WORC. We appreciate them. We welcome them as taking over for changes. I've read the transition law, and there's stuff in there that could be tweaked. I understand it was rushed, but we have time to amend stuff and make it a little. It's going to bring it out here now because the world needs to know. I submitted a 1-year permit for an employee to do a job that most Caymanians either own the businesses of, like hairdressing, but don't actually work in it. They prefer to have that business of their own. And that's common keeping services for clients. So my permit was turned down in December. I still haven't received my refund check that they said I would get. And we're in March. Hopefully it'll come. The board said, the old immigration board said the reason they turned it down because I didn't provide genuine need. So of course I do. My employees are after the salaries, payroll to accommodate to reference their schedules to say that what they were paid for. And I do so because I make my employees open an account in the same bank I bank with, so I can transfer their salary online. There's nothing rogue about my business, and I have a genuine need. My problem with that is when the board can make a decision and say you haven't demonstrated a genuine need, and then, in order to get that, major abuse. Appeals should not cost anybody that. And furthermore, when they turn it down the first time, you should have the opportunity to request a reconsideration without paying any more fees and submit any changes that you need to accommodate that reconsideration. I have no problem hiring Caymanians if they will apply. I can't put a gun to no Caymanian head and say, please apply for this job. So when the board does that to you, this is the old immigration board. This is what they did to me. I have to sit and wait and wait and wait. My business has to hold up. I have to lose contracts, lose this, lose that, because I have to wait on a Caymanian to apply, which never. Anyhow, what I'm trying to say is small micro businesses should not have to go through all of this hell to get 2 or 3 permits approved, and only having a contingent of maybe 1 or 2 people on permits. I'm not planning on growing my business majorly and all of that. And why should a small business like myself pay the same work permit fee as a big conglomerate for the same position? Please tell me, how is that benefiting my business? How is that helping me to make money and be profitable? My profits are going to pay government fees, and that's very, very wrong. My profits should be going straight into the bank, not taking care of government with their high fees. I'm asking Minister Hugh if there's anything that he can do out there to take that strain off of small micro businesses, even if it means reducing the cost of permit fees for us to maybe a quarter of the fee, and also no filing fees. That's ridiculous. Please tell me why you need to pay a filing fee if you got paid a permit fee as well. They should all be incorporated into one fee. And express fees are ridiculous. That is another thing that needs to be addressed. And the appeal fee, that should be abolished. That's ridiculous. $1,000 to appeal a decision that you've shown a genuine need. So why you got to appeal it why you got to pay for them to decide again to turn you down? $1,000 to turn you down again? No, it's not really fair. And as a small business, it's hurtful when you get those kind of situations that crop up on you. And I see it often because I go out there and work in small businesses, and I see the stress they have to go through every day, every week. Their profits are going to pay government fees and pay for decisions they're not going to get. That's wrong. Terrible. It's not good business practice, and it's not favorable for businesses. And I'm calling on Minister Hugh because you're the only one that seems to be getting it right for us out there. Please fix that. Also, abolish health and pension for small and micro businesses. We can't afford it. Let it be voluntary, please. The only people that are benefiting from this are the insurance carriers and The pension administrators, the small businesses are again paying our profits out for who? For what? Why should I pay to give you a savings to leave? When you leave me, you get a savings from me, and I've already paid your salary on top of that. That's very unfair. That's so unfair. And it needs to be fixed. And we need some antitrust laws while I'm at it, since we have a few more minutes to go, to protect small businesses' interests in the country, to ensure that the small businesses are not being bullied by the bigger conglomerates who can afford to pay these fees to the government and all these high fees, and it don't look anyway on their profits. You know, when you look at your profits at the end of the year and you go, wow, look at how much I paid out in government fees. All my profits went to government fees. Not doing good for the country like that. Yeah, we appreciate that things are changing, and we appreciate that fees have been reduced on like licenses and stuff, trade and business licenses. But if we're supposed to be moving forward, modernizing ourselves, and getting back into the realm of being, I guess, is mega ship of the Caribbean. I got plenty of holes that need to fill. It's leaking bad, and the steering wheel kind of twisted. So, as we all know, the driving force of our community is the small and micro businesses. They employ the majority of the people in this country. And if we keep hitting them over the head with all these high fees for this and high fees for that, how you expect us to profit? How you expect us to expand? How you expect us to hire more staff? You're not helping. So I'm calling on the abolishing of high fees for small and micro businesses. Abolish it. Don't just, well, I guess if you have to reduce it, only make it be a quarter of what it is now. We could live with that. But abolish pension and health. Please let those be voluntary for small and micro businesses. Because otherwise we are not profiting. We're just going day by day. At the end of the day, we have made no money because all of our profits went to pay government penalties, government fees, filing fees, appeal fees, reconsider this and that and the other fee. And it's not beneficial to the community. I was reading up on Barbados. They abolished road tax. They made the fuel companies pay it. I'm not saying we have to do that, but you know, if a Caymanian need to go get their car license, it's a lot of money. Maybe reduce those fees too. Add them to the mutual fund companies that are going to be bringing in millions of dollars. Increase their license fees. That's who you need to increase. The hedge funds and all, increase their license fees. We're still the Mecca of the Caribbean. Where are they going to go? The only ones that jump and leave, and we all know the ones that jump and leave, are the corrupt ones, the ones that were trying to hide their dirt and then saw that they were going to get caught. I mean, I'm just thinking about all that hard work Minister Rivers and the Premier has done that has really not paid off. When you read that report from that Caribbean Institute, I think it is some business. Anyway, maybe I have it correctly, but it's on my page. You know, all that hard work to keep us looking clean, and we still got that big old Maytag washing machine out there. You know, hit them up. Increase the fees for them, permit fees, everything they want, increase it for them. Make their people pay taxes on their salary after so much money, after making so much a year, they got to pay you a government tax. How about that? What are you afraid of? And all those buildings that's going up, that's over the top of the trees, how about make them pay $1 million in tax for each floor over the trees? We'll see no more of those going up, won't we? But it's time for our government to look at other ways to hit these businesses up that want to come here and do business, that are taking advantage of our low costs and our low distance, that they find as low to them, but is in fact very high for us. So hit them up. Put on y'all extra steel pair of balls and start making some new laws or amending the ones we have. I'm pretty sure I'll I'll get told off about this, and what I'm saying is this and that and the other. Well, I really don't care. I'm a native, proud to be a native, and I'm going to stand my ground in this country. And who don't like it, well, you know what to do. You're welcome to kiss my flat ass. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening. I've done my 30 minutes here with you. I'm still waiting on some FOIs for, you know, Mr. Manderson. I don't know if it's your responsibility, but your FOI managers have dropped the ball. They're not responding to the FOIs you sent to the FOI emails. And if those have changed, please produce a whole new list of FOI emails for all the government departments and publish them on the government website, because the FOI managers assigned to represent FOIs when you send in a request, 30 days. Yesterday, I got a response from one after 30 days. 10 days after you do the FOI to them, they have the information out here as registered voters and citizens of this country who are entitled to that information under the Freedom of Information Law. Then I want to thank the Ombudsman's office for addressing my situations with not getting a response. So I want to thank you. I had to come to you and ask you for assistance, but I shouldn't have to do that if people are doing their jobs. So if FOI managers are assigned to those emails, please republish the FOI emails so we out here know. Put it on their website. Put it in terms. This one include, please, all the statutory authorities as well, because it's lacking big time. It is. No one's running the show. That's typical culture of the Cayman Islands government. After a few years of being goody two shoes about it, they just get lackadaisical. I mean, we know the natives been around long enough. We know how things that go on around here, but it doesn't look good on our government when we're lackadaisical. So, waiting on some FOIs. I'd like drop some bombs, but they're giving me a hard time getting them. And I will come back to the Ombudsman's office if I can't get them in the time frame they have now stated they will provide them to me in, and I will publish them because I have a right to. And Chief Justice Smelly, please leave my FOIs when I publish them alone. Don't side with Maples and FS and Ernst and Young, KPMG and Bank of Butterfield and squash my FOI releases anymore. You're all a bunch of jokers. Bullies is what y'all are calling out. Oops, sorry. Corporate bullies. I gone. Love y'all. My natives, God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Bye.